Articles for review. We are the group 3, 강종수, 서성협, 이소영. The majors are same. The accounting is our major. I am the presenter, 강종수. Introducing about our contents. First, basic information for articles. Second, vocabulary enhancement. Third, article review and summary. Fourth, learning and knowledge. Fifth, economic implications. And the last, questions and answer. You can see the Spanish national flag of the left side of our slide. First, basic information for articles. Title of the article is Spanish government approves digital services tax targeting large multinationals. Authors Dr. Patricia Lamprive. Date published is February 18, 2020. Digital economy, Europe, featured news Spain. Second, vocabulary enhancement. Digital service tax mean taxes imposed on data and internet services. Public spending is the amount of money that is spent by the government. Controversial, causing a lot of angry public discussion. Indirect tax, a tax that is paid as an amount added to the price of the goods and services and not paid directly to the government. Intermediation involves the matching of lender with savings to borrowers who need money by an agent or third party, such as a bank. Transaction, a piece of business that is done between people. Presumption, some that is thought to be true. Correspond, to be same as or match something. Double taxation, the levying of tax by two or more jurisdictions. Corporate income tax, tax imposed on corporation by making the corporation's income taxable. Jurisdiction, the authority that an official organization has to make legal decision about somebody or something. Unlawful, not allowed by the law. Part 3, article review and summary. You can see the lead words in the paragraphs or sentences. It means it's important, and you can check the vocabulary enhancement part 2, and the purple color sentences means it's our opinion or our thinking, so please keep in mind. And let's start the paragraph. Spanish government approves digital services tax targeting large multinationals. The Spanish government today approves a bill for a digital service tax for discussion by the parliament. We chose these because they are the key sentences of the article. You can see the Spanish government building in the bottom side. The reality is that the tax must be approved now before the budget is approved due to need for increased revenues to fund increased public spending already adopted by the government for 2020. It is a sentence that indicates the purpose of introduction a new tax. Spain's digital service tax is largely based on a similar proposal floated by the EU in March 2018, which has not been yet approved by the member states. The new tax is an indirect tax compatible with VAT. The tax rate applied will be 3% of gross revenues, without deduction of any expense from digital services. It is important because it represents the situation and tax rates of digital law. Controversial aspects of the new law is that it established a legal presumption that, that the location of any digital device corresponds to IP addresses. In other words, if the IP address is located in Spain, it is assumed the digital services is provided from Spain unless other proof is provided. We think it's important because it indicated a problem with the new tax. Among others, companies must file periodic returns of information requested by the tax authorities relating to the computation of the digital service tax, or must maintain all documents to support service transactions carried out in Spain. It is important because it is a requirement and compliance of the tax authorities. A unilateral digital services tax could result in double taxation, particularly when charged on revenue which are already subject to corporate income tax in a particular jurisdiction. The proposed digital services tax has been designed with large and highly profitable companies in mind, but in practice, the digital services tax would be passed on to consumers. Therefore, the tax will not meet the aim for which it was created. Above two sentences address the limitation and problems of the new tax. You can see the four corporations: Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. These four corporations contain in the IT groups. It is also need for the new taxes. Part 4: Learning and Knowledge. Spain is considering imposing a new tax, digital service tax. The applicable tax rate is 3% of the total revenue generated by digital services. Earnings subject to imposition are three main types of services: online advertising, space sales, digital brokerage activities, and data sales generated from user-supplied information. There are issues with IP addresses, document retention, and double taxation in the introduction of the new tax, and disputes that the new tax will be borne by consumers. Part 5: Economic Implications. The Spanish government will be able to secure more tax revenue through this tax. However, large companies and IT companies will have to pay additional taxes, which will be a burden. So large companies have to pay more taxes to the uh, any kinds of government, so it's kind of a burden. EU and OECD should also think about the economic impact and be cautious about introducing it. It means new tax. You can see the images, digital services taxes in Europe. Left spot mean implemented a digital services tax, and that yellow point means proposed a digital services tax, and blue spots mean announced or shown intentions for a digital services tax. Korea also has the potential to introduce digital taxes. Therefore, if digital taxes are introduced, the government can secure finances by increasing tax revenues. The bottom size of the images mean Korea also have some possibility about new taxes. So after the OECD's report came out, they they will follow their rules or regulations. So Korea also have some possibility. I think maybe we will introduce the digital taxes or also. Last part, questions and answer. From these pages, we will give the Korean translation to the Korean students. So if you have some trouble or hard to understand, please refer these pages to your understanding. So this page is also translation, and it is the last pages of our Korean translations. If you have any questions or feedback, just contact to my email address. Email address is in here. Thank you for watching our presentation. Thank you so much. Our presentation is over.